RAU'S IAS has been a very efficient part of this process for me. My mentorship experience has always been good. Guidance provided by the mentors, be it in GS as well as sociology. Even though I hadn't opted for sociology optional test series here, even more mentors provided me help in essay or ethics.
Yes.
Content that the institute was providing, be it the test series or be it the quality improvement program. I feel that the examination has a pattern and RAU'S IAS is very successful in capturing that pattern. I saw that my interest aligned well with the demand of the course. That was a very tough moment, I would say. But still, we have to face those challenges in this journey. Keep up the process. If we keep burning ourselves, then it is very doable, I feel. The main reason was the batch strength. I feel that most of the coaching institutes are running on a fiesta of this examination.
Hello and welcome to Topper's Talk. Every now and then we bump into people who have been RAU'S IAS student. Today we have one such visitor who has come to share the great result that he has scored in the 2022 UPSC Civil examination. His name is Prashant Kumar Meena, who happens to be RAU'S IAS GSI Foundation student, and he has basically utilized our services in more ways than one. Now when we are talking about him, we are actually going to tell you more things. He is a student of IIT Delhi. But this was his 5th attempt. And actually, he has also seen struggles even at the stage of prelims. So we'll try to understand how he actually gathered himself up and ultimately became what he is today. So Prashant, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
So Prashant, your journey has been full of ups and downs. So why don't you let our audience know about what kind of a struggle that you have seen? Tell me all about it.
Definitely, sir. So, sir, this was my 5th attempt in this examination. I had been preparing since 2018 and I had given all my attempts since then. I never missed an attempt. And while preparing, I was also involved in a lot of things. I was also a part of a startup. So, I was trying to manage everything and I had to decide in midst of my attempts that I should switch full-time into this examination. So when it comes to the journey also, because of all these things, my prelims examination has been the toughest thing that I've tried to overcome. I couldn't clear my first 2 prelims examination. For another attempt, I couldn't clear the mains examination. Then after giving mains, I was confident of clearing prelims, but in my 4th attempt, I couldn't clear the prelims examination again. So that was a very tough moment, I would say. But still, we have to face those challenges in this journey. So I gathered enough courage to move ahead, and this was my 5th attempt. Managed to get into the list by hook or crook, and RAU'S IAS has been a very efficient part of this process for me.
We thank you for that, for taking our names. But I think one of the things that many would like to know, for example, in your case, in the 3rd attempt you have written mains. And in 4th attempt, again, the blunder at prelims happened and you could not clear the prelims. So how did you motivate yourself at that time? Because when you appear for the mains, you feel more confident. And then prelims happens, and when we do not get the desired, cut off, then the problem starts to keep in our minds. We start to doubt everything. So how did you manage to keep doubts at bay?
Sir, doubts are very common for anyone who is in this process. There are multiple stages and the probability of failing at any stage is very high. They have to select those 1000 candidates out of the lakhs who are going to appear. So you have to keep that in mind that failures are not there forever. You have to conquer your failures if you are motivated enough to get into the list, if you are motivated to join public service. I feel that it is that motivation that makes you get up from the grief and start working hard again, because we see people like us clearing every year. We have in the list, if there are 1000 candidates, there are 1000 different stories.
Yes,
everyone has their different struggles and everyone is conquering them in their own manner. We are privileged to even get those stories witnessed in front of us, because that motivation is the reason that candidates like me keep on going and we try to conquer it even after multiple failures.
That's wonderful. And that's the spirit that we require for this examination as well.
Definitely, sir. The examination is tough, not a doubt, but it can be cracked very easily if we keep up the process, if we keep burning ourselves, then it is very doable, I feel.
I also want the audience to know one more thing. So you have achieved a rank and you will be either becoming an audit account service officer or maybe DANIX. So what is your plan next in terms of going for UPSC? Are you going for the examination again?
Definitely, sir. I feel that there is still a lot of left to be achieved. I feel that I want to serve and the best services that I want to serve in are still waiting for me to work hard towards them. So I will be appearing again constantly. I would be utilizing the knowledge that I've gained till this attempt of mine and try to make it multifold to actually attain what I feel deserves for me to be achieved.
Great. And that's the spirit that we require. Actually, we should not let failures bog us down and we should not let success go into our head. And that is the first rule for anyone who's preparing for the examination. Wonderful. Now, moving forward, you were our foundation course student, the GSI student. So how was the experience with RAU'S? Why did you choose RAU'S?
So first of all, the main reason was the batch strength because most of the coaching classes that I connected with were having batches of be it 500 students, be it 600 students. So sitting in such a big classroom leaves no scope for doubt clearance or just even being in touch with the space that the teacher is teaching in. So when I saw that a coaching institute had a strength of 80 students or even lesser in multiple cases, so that is what attracted me for the first thing. And then when I came to know about the content that the institute was providing, be it the test series or be it the quality improvement program, that seemed like a very viable decision that I made. So that
ultimately you have proved everyone right. Of course, your decision making as well. Now moving forward, when we go for this examination, classroom program, the testing and everything, so all these are important aspects. You have been continuously relying on our test series, be it prelims and mains. So how was the experience for the prelims test series to start with?
Sir, I feel that the most efficient test series available in the market right now belongs to this institute. And this is a very honest opinion of mine. It's not because I am on a podcast or anything. I feel that most of the coaching institutes are running on a fiesta of this examination. They are trying to make this like an imaginary place to conquer UPSC, but that is not true. I feel that the examination has a pattern and RAU'S IAS is very successful in capturing that pattern because there are a fixed set of questions from every subject. So first of all, it inclines us towards a holistic study routine, and as well as I feel that the pattern that is followed is much more similar to the main examination when compared. So not actually basing yourself on terrorizing the students is what I feel is the differentiator, and that is the reason I find it very successful to utilize this test series.
Wonderful. I think the basic idea is FOMO, fear of missing out. That is the issue with many people. Of course, I do not want to blame anyone, but of course this is their style. But we always feel that you should have a very holistic as well as balanced approach towards examination, because some UPSC's trend has to be studied and you should be ready for surprises as well. Now moving forward, you have taken sociology as an optional and you are an engineer. Normally when we talk about this, everyone wants to know that how did you make your choice in terms of choosing that this is the right optional for me. So what was your point of discussion in your mind that okay, I want to choose sociology as an option? What was your reason?
Sir, firstly it was that we engineering students are required to pursue some humanities courses too in our course of study. So while in college I decided to opt for sociology for those, and I saw that my interest aligned well with the demand of the course. So that was the one reason, and secondly sociology is nothing but the society itself. It is the study of society, and all of us are living in the society. So I think it is the most connectable optional that we can connect to while being present and observing things. That is the reason that I went for it, and I feel that it was a good enough choice for me.
Wonderful. So we also want to talk about the mentorship. So we believe in mentoring students. I have also interacted with you in past as well, but the kind of mentorship you were actually looking for primarily on general studies and sociology. So how was your mentorship experience? Throw some light on that.
Sir, my mentorship experience has always been good. As I told that I have only been majorly part of this institute for all of my preparation. So in that sense, the mentorship provided was exceptional for me because I had to improve a lot this time in my mains marks. Last time I couldn't clear by a larger margin. So that is why the guidance provided by the mentors, be it in GS as well as sociology, even though I hadn't opted for sociology optional test series here, but still there was no resistance in giving me any.
I think Jackrit and Vidushi were your mentors.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So more mentors provided me help in essay or ethics.
Yes.
Everywhere that I needed support, I was given that, and it was a very holistic approach that the mentors taught me. From introduction of an answer to the body as well as the ending conclusion. It was also organized that writing mains became a much easier task for me, and I was not puzzled during the examination like I used to be earlier.
Clarity of thought is the basically necessary thing if you want to express yourself properly. Wonderful.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Now, two papers, ethics and essay, they always make someone feel a little nervous. So how did you prepare for your essay? Can you throw some light on that?
Yes, sir. I agree that essay and ethics are one of the most important papers of the mains examination, and these two act as a differentiator to actually get us in the final list, because the marks being awarded are of multiple ranges, and you have to supply what UPSC is actually demanding. So, for example, sir, when we talk about essay, it is the line of thought that we are learning before the examination that actually comes into play during the examination itself. It is not about being rigid as in to start with a particular quote or to include a particular pattern in the main essay. Rather, it is about being fluid enough to realize the demand of the question as well as trying to explain the quote or the essay topic in a much wider sense than the demand.
Going actually interdisciplinary approach as well.
Yes, sir, definitely. Interdisciplinary approach is a must in essay examination. But even I feel that being fluid is of equal importance.
Of course.
And that actually plays a role. So I learned a lot during my test series for essay also here, and I was taught about how to open multiple dimensions and how not to stick to a particular quote or anecdote, how to just be free when you write the essay there, and it actually helped me improve a lot this time. Even ethics, I feel that it is a very different paper. You can't learn ethics. I feel that you can just know the concepts, but applying them in the examination requires you to be ethical, moral in yourself. So that I feel is a differentiator too, and it is a very active examination. It is not a passive examination to be static. So you have to be active for both essay and ethics papers, and that is what is going to fetch you good marks.
Great. Now, we have talked about prelims test series, but somehow we missed about the mains test series. So we need to talk about mains test series as well, because answer writing is a very important aspect, and mains is the stage where your marks get carried to the next stage as well, finally used for your ranking, defining the rank as well. So how did you prepare for your mains and then mains test series? How it helped you?
Sir, I feel that mains is the most important stage of this examination. It is the one stage that can determine whether you become an officer or not. Even what service you are allocated to is largely dependent on your mains examination.
Of course, rank is defined by that only.
So that is the reason I feel that mains needs a lot more focus than we usually do. We usually prepare for prelims. We try to prepare for mains after we get our results of prelims examination.
Actually, most of us are scared of prelims so much that we do not pay attention to mains.
Yes, sir. It is like we see a threat, but we are not capable of seeing the bigger threat that is just behind that.
Yeah.
So, but it is a very good process to learn for the mains examination. Writing what you are thinking is much more easier, I feel, than selecting out of just a few options. So even for this time I joined the test series here, and when I learned how easily I can express a particular question, how I can open multiple dimensions, and how I can express my answer in such a way that they seem appreciable to the examiner, that was the most important part, sir. And I feel that my GS answers mostly lacked that the last time I wrote. They were more subjective and they were more opinionated rather than being enriched with quality content or actually targeting the problem. So this is what I learned this time, and it has helped me a lot, sir.
Wonderful. Now I'm moving towards the last part of the question. You have seen me participate in many podcasts, and you have seen many toppers coming and interacting. So when you saw their journey and you felt motivated as well, today you are in the same spot discussing your journey with me and sharing it with so many people who want actually this kind of motivation. So how do you feel? What is the difference now you feel towards this particular podcast and motivating people, informing people? What is the thought process in your mind?
Sir, very honestly, I would say that there is no such difference. I feel that the podcast that I had seen earlier, they were very motivating for me. And even when I am sitting here as a result of that motivation, because that motivation has helped me to glaze through continuous failures, and that helped me to just get back up and start running again. So even that motivation has served me a lot. But still, when I sit here today, I don't see myself as being different from the student that you must have seen 4 years ago. I still feel that there is a lot yet to be achieved, and though sitting here is definitely a privilege for me that I'm finally a part of the podcast, but I feel that I'm just like all the other students who are appearing in this examination, be it at any stage. We are all capable of clearing. It is just the thought process and the efforts that differentiate us. So it is achievable, and if people like me can achieve, I feel that even after successive failures, then I feel that anyone is capable of achieving. And even I don't want to stop myself here. So I'll again be a student for you, sir. I'll again come for guidance. I'll again try to improve.
Of course, you are welcome, and we'll put more effort now because you have already proved yourself that yes, you are worthy of it, and we will definitely ensure that you get a better rank in the coming examination. So thank you for trusting us, thank you for believing in us, thank you for believing in yourself as well, and thank you for participation in this podcast.
Thank you so much, sir. I love to be a part.
Thank you. So this was Prashant Kumar Meena, and actually you can learn so many things from his journey. The first lesson is never to give up. Second lesson is whenever you're focusing on UPSC examination, do not think of plan B, C or D. Focus on one goal, and does not matter if you have failed this examination in prelims or mains. Does not matter. Pick yourself, gather yourself, and do what you want to do. Actually, it is your decision, and it is your responsibility to prove your decision right. This is what all of us believe. From the entire team of RAU'S IAS, we wish you all the very best, and we are there to help you in this journey as well. So stay tuned.